throughout the course. We felt a sense of excitement during our class trip and IME retreat. Our teachers terrified us as they told us about our many assessments. And we have been through the most intense period that we've ever experienced in our whole lifetime. It was our senior year. We were greeted by extended essay, math exploration, TOK essay, TOK presentation, CAS, internal assessment, and the list goes on. Sometimes we were lost, sometimes we were frustrated, and sometimes we wanted to give up. But we made it. We all finished our courses and came through to today. And whether we were successful or not, I want to say, on behalf of all of us,辛苦了. Teachers, 辛苦了. Many of you came to this school and spent the last 2 years with us as diploma teachers. We students were all new to this, but we jumped in anyways and tried to find what was best for us as you tried to guide us to the right path. Most of the time we were happy, but sometimes we had conflicts that were eventually settled. Sometimes we were relaxed, sometimes we were stressed with assessments. We were stressed writing the assessments, and you were stressed marking the assessments. Although we are leaving today, you will be staying and getting a new group of students ready for graduation. But we believe that the years will get easier and easier for us because we all have gone through this with you, and we have become better, more resilient, and more disciplined. Teachers, thank you, and 辛苦了. Parents, 辛苦了. Without you, we would not have been able to stand and greet our final day of high school. It is you who have brought us to this school. If it weren't for your decision to send us to IST, we would be somewhere out there missing the great opportunities we had in this school. When we were struggling with our tasks, you always stood by us, put your faith in us, and supported us. We may still seek for your help, your embrace, even after we go to university. But I believe that from today, we'll start to give back just a little of what we have received so generously from you for so many years. You are our heroes, and you are today's substantial Turoko. We'll go to university and step into the adult world. But we will not forget one thing. Mom and Dad, we love you. Thank you. 辛苦了. 어머님, 아버님 수고하셨습니다. 어머님, 아버님이 없으셨다면 저희는 오늘 이 자리에 서서 이 졸업식을 맞이할 수 없었을 것입니다. 당신의 도움으로 이 학교에 올 수 있었습니다. 만약 어머님, 아버님의 결정이 아니었다면 우리는 어쩌면 저 어딘가에서 우리가 이 학교에서 가진 모든 소중한 기회들을 다 놓친 채 지내고 있었을지도 모릅니다. 우리가 힘들어할 때면 항상 옆에 있어 주셨고 믿음을 잃지 않아 주셨고 그리고 일으켜 주셨습니다. 계속 도움을 청할지도 모릅니다. 하지만 오늘부로 조금씩 갚아나가도록 하겠습니다. 아니, 우리가 받았던 것보다 더 많은 것을 드리겠습니다. 부모님, 당신은 저희의 영웅입니다. 그리고 오늘의 진짜 주인공입니다. 저희는 이제 대학을 들어가고 사회에 나갈 것입니다. 하지만 이 한 가지만은 절대로 잊지 않겠습니다. 어머님, 아버님, 사랑합니다. 감사합니다. 수고하셨습니다. ISD, thank you. You're the actual place that made all of this come true. You are a school of talent. Every student and every staff member has his or her unique talent. And it comes together and lights up and distinguishes our school from every other. I became certain after my experience in the Zombie Prom. I can confidently say that it was the musical of the year, second to none. Every single actor shined, and their light was dazzling and brilliant. This is what ISD is, a school of talent. The light grows bigger because ISD finds the talent to help polish it and bring it forward. Today, we pull our words aside and wholeheartedly celebrate our graduation. Tomorrow, we will go our own path. But today, we stay together and celebrate. We are the class of 2014, the Invincible. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis, for such an outstanding speech. Brilliant. It is my pleasure to announce the valedictorian for the year 2014. Do-Hoon Kim. Valedictorian is awarded to the student with the highest academic achievement over the final 2 years of school, and it is limited to students in the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program. Do-Hoon Kim has an amazing drive to succeed. His cumulative GPA over the past 2 years is a stunning 4.1, and he fully deserves this honor. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very pleased to invite Do-Hoon Kim to please give the valedictorian address.
I'd like to thank Mr. Moody, Mr. Yang, members of the ISD administration, Board of Governors, ISD faculty, parents, and fellow graduates for the opportunity to deliver the valedictorian address. We are graduating. After years of work in the school, we're getting the diploma we have been a long time waiting for. It's been what everyone has been hoping for. And truthfully, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it right through my bones. My hands are trembling, my hearts are beating, and my whole body is speaking to me. We are graduating. Graduation is a time of farewell. Farewell to life we have been accustomed to. Running for the school bus, listening to the morning jingle of the broadcast, a little table tennis after lunch, discussions about Euroscoop, checking the MacBook charger for the 100th time from the library. These small moments, what I call daily life, is now just the past. We're no longer high school students. Time is turning us into adults. Like how we took the Saturday morning comic shows, movies, books, and shows about teenagers are no longer interest for us. We have grown out of it. The fences that protected us as teenagers are starting to wear off, and we have to say goodbye to who we are. But a farewell means a brand new start. Graduation is also called commencement, meaning a new start. As we move away from the fences, new worlds open up in front of us. Now society allows us to vote, to marry, and also to have jobs. The potential for our actions are unlimited as long as we take the responsibilities. And can we handle it? Yes, we can, because we are IST students. This school has trained us to be fit and primed for survival. IST is a good school. There's really nothing you can say bad about it. I've never regretted my choice to come here because it gave me so many opportunities. One of my best moments is when I was in the student council right after I finished planning my winter formal. I was in the bus taking all the props and all the little things and thinking about, wow, it's been a crazy month planning just a single dance, booking the hotel, preparing for it, planning, talking about which goes where, and it just made me feel like I'll never have an opportunity like that if I was still back in Korea. I'll be studying in a small room for days and nights, and it just felt great. It hit me. The 2014 seniors will now scatter all around the world now, going to places and meeting people that we've never have seen or never knew it actually existed. And some we might never meet again. Some we might meet every couple weeks. But I hope with the strings of karma bringing us together to meet, maybe across a small walk, maybe during a business meeting, maybe when I'm going to a trip to Amazon. And when we meet, I'm pretty sure we'll have a crazy talk about how crazy life has been. It's been a great time living here. I thank my family who brought me here as the person who I am. I thank our teachers for giving me guidance when we need it. I thank all our classmates and friends for how we inspired each other and changed each other. We are the 2014 IST seniors, and we are graduating. Thank you.
Two fantastic speeches, so full of hope and expectation for the future. One of the great things about teaching is that you get an opportunity 10, 15 years later to turn up some of these names in the media as they have really made something for themselves. And I'm certain that we will be able to see a few of these names in the future. But now, it's the time that we will be able to recognize their leaving of IST by conferring upon them the IST certificate. I'd like to invite Mr. Michael Conway, Ms. Catherine Bartram, the homeroom teachers, to step up and present and share anecdotes about each of this year's graduates. Mr. Moody will then present them with IST diplomas. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move into this stage.
Or Dennis, as he is known, has only been at IST for 2 years, but as we have just seen, he has made a huge contribution to the school. He is a truly international student, open-minded, friendly, and generous with his time and spirit. He is grateful to Mr. Moody for allowing him the opportunity to study at IST and for giving him the opportunities to explore the IB and all the extracurricular activities that IST has to offer. He is also grateful to Mr. Shah for helping him to find a direction for his future. He would also like to be remembered as a friendly and joyful person. He hopes to return to IST and participate in next year's musical, whilst waiting for university in Korea to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, Sang-Kwang Cho. Jung-hoon is a kind student, always willing to help others which he took part in, but unfortunately did not quite make it to the end and gave in to some pot noodles in the early hours of the morning. He would like to be remembered as a boxing guy at IST. His hero is the late Nelson Mandela. After graduating IST, Dong-hoon would like to study Korean literature or business studies in Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, Dong-hoon Han. Liang Chen would like to be remembered as a positive, outgoing, friendly, and fun student. She was inspired by the belief that Mr. Rosberg showed in her. He knew that she could succeed even when she doubted in herself. She gives her parents as her heroes, both for their inspirational achievements as well as the support they have given her over the years. After she graduates IST, Liang Chen is going to Penn State University, where she would like to study either business and marketing or art. She would like to say a very special thank you to all the faculty and staff who have helped and supported her over her 5 years at IST. Ladies and gentlemen, Liang Chen. Annie describes herself as optimistic and dedicated, and I'm sure that her teachers would agree. She thanks Mr. Schaff for his energetic ways of helping students to understand poetry. One particular lesson sticks in her mind, where Mr. Schaff leapt onto the window ledge to help students understand a metaphor about flying. Annie's hero is the great actress and humanitarian Audrey Hepburn. Annie is looking forward to returning to Canada in the summer and learning to drive. Her ultimate aim is to become a doctor, and with that in mind, she will be attending university in Canada to complete a degree in life science, and then she hopes to go on to study medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, Annie Long. Jae-yoon has been at IST for 8.5 years and hopes that he will be remembered as the one who loves soccer, who smiles a lot, and is not short. His love of soccer has led him to give Mr. McMullen as the teacher who has inspired him the most. He would like to say a big thank you to Mr. McMullen for taking a chance on him and putting him in the grade 9 Academics team. He also appreciates how Mr. D helped him to become more efficient and manage his time. His family has been very important to him throughout his time at IST, and he would like to acknowledge the sacrifices that they have given for him to enable him to graduate IST. Jae-woon looks forward to attending university in Korea and eventually working in an IT company. Ladies and gentlemen, Jae-woon Park. Ryu Yeon was inspired during her time at IST by Mr. great illustrator. And if the senior hoodies are able to go by, I'm sure she will. Her most memorable time at IST was being part of the makeup team for the Zombie Prom, the first time she'd worked on such a big production. Nayeon names Mr. Fortin as her most inspirational teacher for his belief in her ability and for not giving up on her. She has given her parents as her heroes. She's planning on going to university in Korea and hopes to be able to study advertising and graphic design. Ladies and gentlemen, Nayeon Yu. Tian Yun's hero is her mom, the Chinese Iron Lady as she calls her. A strong woman who has inspired Tian Yun to be the best she possibly can. Tian Yun has been at IST for 3.5 years, and she has enjoyed Mr. Cormo's lessons the most, and says that he has lots of cool ideas. She would like to be remembered at IST as a daydreamer believer and a careless perfectionist. After graduation, Tian Yun plans to go to New York University to study individualized liberal arts. Ladies and gentlemen, Zhang Tian Yun. Darway is extremely grateful to Mr. Moody for the chance he has given him to come to IST and experience an international education, as well as his parents for having the vision to send him to IST. He credits Mr. Corway as his hero, and he would like to follow in his footsteps. Darway is looking forward to going to Washington, D.C. to study international relations and build a company to make a positive change in the world. Darway would like to be remembered as a visionary, a revolutionary, and legendary. Ladies and gentlemen, Dao Darway. And now I would like to invite Mr. Michael Conway to introduce you to the students of 12C. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Barger. Jeanette wants to be remembered as being calm and musical, and for having an intense dislike for deadlines. Rest assured, Jeanette, I think more than one of your teachers will remember you for this very quality. Jeanette admires Mr. Watson and Mr. Schaff as teachers who have inspired her to learn, but always showed her kindness and compassion when she met those dreaded deadlines. Her hero is her mother, whom she says has supported her in everything she does, and has always been her biggest fan. After graduation, Jeanette hopes to pursue her studies in music. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeanette Chow. Ji-sung wants most to be remembered as being crazy, interesting, creative, and funny with a curious and infectious laugh. In her 6 years at IST, she has made a great impact on her teachers and peers, who universally praise Ji-sung as talented, creative, and unwaveringly honest. Ji-sung can always be trusted to work hard, but she is equally well known for being good-natured and always maintains a healthy sense of humor, especially facing the pressures of the IB program. She admires Mr. Neville, and with his help has cultivated her passion for art. Indeed, her art is displayed throughout the school and is often the subject of praise and appreciation. Her hero is her father, who has always been a source of support and inspiration, as well as warmth and compassion in her life. After graduation, she plans to continue her studies in art at the School of Art, Institute of Chicago, where she will study illustration. Ladies and gentlemen, Ji-Sung Chun. Ye-Rin would like to be remembered by her nickname Bunny, and for her warm smile, kind attitude, and remarkable music skills. In her brief 2 years at IST, she has made a profound impact on her peers and her teachers. Miss Austin is the teacher whom she admires most because of her kind spirit, her willingness to help all students, and her ability to remain cool under pressure. Her parents and her older brother are her heroes, and she looks up to them for inspiration and guidance. After graduation from IST, she plans to enjoy freedom to travel, spend time with friends, and finally do things her way. She plans to return to Korea, where she will prepare for entrance into Korean University. Ladies and gentlemen, Ye-Rin Chun. Do-Hoon wants most to be remembered as being a well-rounded student who was so much more than merely the zombie boy from Zombie Prom. Do-Hoon needn't worry, though. Among his teachers, he is known as a student of remarkable energy and brilliance, as was evident from his valedictorian address this evening. Do-Hoon admires Mr. Dag-hai and Mr. Conway for their collective wisdom and their ability to make difficult subjects interesting and engaging. His hero is Richard Feynman, the renowned physicist and Nobel laureate, which is telling. I can only imagine that sometime 20 years from now, another young graduate may be standing here remarking that his hero is the famed scientist Do-Hoon Kim. Do-Hoon plans to go on to Hong Kong University of Science and Technology and later to become an engineer. Ladies and gentlemen, Do-Hoon Kim. Do-Won has been at IST for 11 years. That makes him a standout among his classmates. He has been a part of the growth of the school and has made so many contributions to the community, it would be impossible to list them all. He has been on the honor roll many times and has served the school as a mentor to many younger students. And his teachers are universal in their praise and appreciation for Do-Won's enthusiasm and his kind-heartedness. He most wants to be remembered as the president of the student council, which he thinks was a major achievement in his time at IST. He recalls his lessons with Mr. Adams' philosophy, and he credits him with his passion for English and his patience in language study. And he also liked his history teacher quite a bit, which is good. His most vivid memory at IST, however, was the last day of the first semester in grade 11. When a heavy snow fell over the city and the entire school took part in an unplanned snowball fight. He loved not only the ensuing chaos of the day, but the fact that no one really taught any classes on that day. After graduation, Do-Won plans to enter university to help him work towards a career in diplomacy. Ladies and gentlemen, Do-Won Lee. John, wants to be most remembered as being diligent and hardworking. In his 6 years at IST, John has shared his many skills and talents with the school in a variety of ways. And I think none of us need reminding the many times that John has impressed us all with his martial arts. John most admired Mr. Fortin, whom he says helped him understand the importance of having passion towards something, even something difficult. His hero is Shakespeare, and John hopes to one day develop native-level proficiency in English. This would be truly impressive, as John already has an outstanding command of the English language, as well as native fluency in Korean and Japanese, and excellent Chinese language skills. John hopes to attend university in the United States, but is undecided about where his future may take him, and prefers to remain open to new ideas as he leaves IST. Ladies and gentlemen, Jung Chan John Lee. Kwon Suk wants mostly to be remembered as an irreplaceable fashion icon. Anyone who has seen his leopard print shoes with studs on them, or his equally trendy trilby with a stingy brim, would agree that Kwon Suk sets the bar high for fashion at the school. And apart from being impeccably well-dressed, Kwon Suk is well-spoken and articulate in 3 languages, and has been an excellent student throughout his 7-year career at IST, receiving awards and earning the honor roll and high honor roll in each academic year. The teacher he most admires was his history teacher, whom he says has made a profound impact upon him, although certainly not necessarily in matters of wardrobe or fashion. Kwon Suk would need a much nicer beard for that. His hero is his father, who has inspired him to work hard and stay dedicated to excellence in everything that he does, and to face life with equal amounts of courage and passion. After graduation, Kwon Suk will return to Korea and prepare for service to his country in the Korean military, as well as gaining entrance into university. He plans to put his language skills and multiple talents to work in the future as a diplomat in the Korean Foreign Service. Ladies and gentlemen, Kwon Suk. Jung Min wants most to be remembered as being honest, frank, direct, and, perhaps coming as no surprise to anyone, a man of few words. His honesty and directness have served him well in his time at IST. He has been a steadfast member of the school community for 5 years, and has contributed in his own unique way the entire time. He admires and appreciates Mr. Schaff, who helped him improve his appreciation for the English language and his willingness to work through difficult problems without despair. His father is his hero because he has provided him with love, care, and support throughout his life. He looks forward to returning to his native Korea, where he will prepare for university entrance. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jung Min Suk. Christopher wants to be remembered as the nice American guy in the class who was quiet and tried to get on with his work. He admires Mr. Rosberg and Mr. Sauerman. He said that Mr. Rosberg had a simple, no-nonsense way of talking that always made sense, and that Mr. Sauerman is extremely knowledgeable and passionate about the world around him. He doesn't have a hero. Excuse me. He doesn't have a hero, but if he was forced to name one, and he was, then he would name God as his hero. Chris likes to shoot for the very top, apparently. After graduation, Chris plans to return to the Lone Star State, his native Texas, where he will attend university. Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Trent. Wang Fei, or Fiona, as we call her, wants to be remembered in IST as being positive and friendly, two qualities that her teachers and fellow students would agree she has in abundance. However, she also says that she would be remembered as being a bit accident-prone. Apparently, Wang Fei has had her share of accidents in her 3 years at IST, and while her classmates are always happy to help her out, they make sure to keep her a safe distance from Wang Fei. Wang Fei admires Miss Ma as a teacher, and her heroes are her mother and her father, without whom, she says, she would not have accomplished so much in her life. After graduation, she plans to travel for a while before she attends university in Hong Kong, where she will study art and design. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Wang Fei.
So it's that moment. I'd like to invite the graduates, please, to move to the front of the stage. Class of 2014, it's time to graduate! So graduates can now return to your seats if all the photographs have been taken, unless you are in the band, in which case you will move to the band positions. As you know, this grade contains many great artists and musicians. Some of the latter have prepared a piece of entertainment on the theme of friendship. 21st century learners are fortunate that on graduation they need never be out of touch with the friends that they've made at IST, thanks to apps such as Instagram, Tumblr, Skype, and even good old email. So the band will perform a song that's almost 50 years old, but still clearly resonates with a little help from my friends. So it's now time for our director, Mr. Moody, to make his closing address.
It's a hard act to follow. Good evening, everyone. What a delight it is to be here. A real pleasure. It's very, very special to celebrate with you the graduation of the class of 2014, IST's 10th graduating class. I'm sure that you would also join me in acknowledging that it would be very hard to find a more attractive, talented group of graduates anywhere in the world, and certainly elsewhere in Tianjin. Whether it be in the performing arts, visual arts, mathematics, science, languages and literature, sports and athletics. Sorry, I'm getting clear here. Sports and athletics, leadership and government, community and service, or with regard to the dispositions of the Ivy learner profile, which characterise internationally minded and educated citizens. The class of 2014 are indeed an impressive collection of individuals, as well as a wonderful community of friends and learners. We are all very, very proud of them, though of course not as much as their parents. There are many universally cherished and celebrated moments in the life of a child and of a parent, events that paint our personal histories and frame the canvases of our lives. There is the birth of a child, his or her first steps, first words, first birthday, first day at school. There are engagements, and weddings, anniversaries, and awards, and a whole host of other rites of passage, ritual events that mark a person's progress from one status to another. Each of these special occasions is celebrated most especially by our parents, and each in its own way has a touch of the bittersweet about it, a realization that while something new and wonderful has arrived, something equally special will have to reside henceforth in the hearts and houses of our fondest memories. The graduation ceremony tonight is in one such way a bittersweet moment. On the one hand, it's a triumph for our graduates over the incredibly challenging 13 years of schooling, and particularly the recent Ivy Diploma course studies and examinations. The moment marks an exciting transition into adulthood in the world of higher education, of work, and hopefully independent finances and living. Graduates, as you embark on lives that will invariably be filled with many marvelous adventures, and as you search for meaning and fulfillment, remember that for the most part, life is a journey spent in the company of others. So be generous with your time and with your hearts. Without friendship and love, life can be a terribly empty experience. As young adults, you will experience the romantic exhilaration of new love, the heartbreak of lost love, and hopefully the discovery of true love. And ultimately, of course, and don't you miss this bit, you are likely to be blessed with the deepest, most enduring, and most unconditional loves. And that is the love of a parent for his or her child. Graduates, this rite of passage, graduation, is a wonderful achievement, a sweet moment indeed, and I'm sure that tonight will forever remain one of your most cherished memories. On the other hand, while your parents are enormously proud of all that you have achieved and become, and will also cherish this moment, tonight will likely mark for them the formal passing of your childhood, and possibly the bittersweet realization that the child that was so firmly held in their loving embrace for so long will now reside in the house of tomorrow. Parents of the graduates, I'm delighted to have the opportunity to celebrate with you tonight the wonderful achievement of your children in gaining their high school diplomas and of their ritual passage into adulthood, and the exciting world that will await them beyond the immediate embrace of your hearts and your homes. I congratulate each one of you on raising such fine young citizens of the world tomorrow. And I feel for you tonight, should you be mourning the passing of your child. I would like to share with you now a wonderful piece of writing about our love for our children and of their passage into the house of tomorrow by the Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran. And a woman who held a babe against her bosom said, "Speak to us of children." And he said, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and the daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you, for life goes not backwards, nor tarries with yesterday. You, parents, are the bows from which your children, as living arrows, are sent forth. The archer sees the mark upon the path of the infinite, and he bends you with his might, that his arrows may go swift and far. Let your bending in the archer's hand be for gladness, for even as he loves the arrow that flies, so he loves also the bow that is stable. Graduates, tonight we celebrate your passage from child to adult, and from high school student to high school graduate. We wish you every success and happiness in your future studies, careers, and adventures, and everything that awaits you. Parents, may your arrows fly swift and far. And graduates, may you always remember and appreciate the loving bows from which you, as living arrows, were sent forth upon the path of the infinite. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I give you the graduating class of 2014. Congratulations.
So now I would like to invite everybody to join the graduates for some drinks and some very light snacks in the foyer outside. At that time, bouquets of flowers will be presented and there will be many opportunities for photographs. I'm afraid that the dinner that follows is by invitation only, and there will be transport which leaves shortly after we leave here and again at 8 o'clock. But if you are staying for dinner, there will be a pause while the hotel changes the room arrangements and creates our environment for the dinner. In a moment, I will ask you to stand and remain standing until the recessional piece is complete. This is played again by the secondary school orchestra and is La Maurice by Tielman Susato. Before they play it, I'd like to invite you to applaud the secondary school orchestra for an excellent performance tonight. So now, if you could please stand for the recession of the graduates. La Maurice by Tielman Susato.